I'm gonna take a minute for Romeo. It was puzzling. I want to take a minute on the rotations in general.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand. I guess Semi we think was there to.
We knew Semi was coming. We predicted it.
We did a little, and so that was
We feared it.
The moment I gave up was literally the moment Semi checked in the game and then stayed in the game. And I was like, is this really what's going to happen here? Is this what we're doing? And
John said, pack it up.
He played 8 minutes, and honestly, that was like the worst 8-minute stretch of the entire game for the Celtics, I felt, in that kind of like late for that second quarter there.
That first rotation into the bench was a disaster. And the deeper they got, the worse it got. Semi, Nesmith, who else was in with that first group there? I think you saw Pritchard at that point, and they never went back to him. And I guess they found a nice adjustment there in Romeo. They won his minutes.
So that was good. We talk about Brad. So that's what I want to talk about with Brad. We're like, he's still guessing. He's guessing. You know, he's 10 deep. You know, 4 minutes into the second quarter, and when Romeo came in, that was 10, and you're like, huh? You know, you're like, what's going on?
Why are we doing this now?
And not only that, like they're leaving Semi in for. If Semi came in for 3-4 minutes, fine. You know, like couple. He's in for 8 minutes, 9 minutes stretch. I was like, I think he forgot he's out there. You know. Thankfully, it wasn't a Grant game. My head would have exploded if Grant also came in there. And we were spared that until the end, but he definitely saw something or saw what we all saw. It was like, I'm not going to play Semi anymore. And Romeo took Semi's minutes there in the second half. I thought did pretty well with them.
I thought Romeo did fine. I mean, he was in there for defensive purposes, and that's why, that's one of those games where the Celtics, they clawed out to that little lead in the third quarter there, and then you can afford to put some Romeo in there because you're not playing from behind. You're not trying to make up for a 10, 15-point deficit. So that was a good spot for Romeo to get a little burn.
Yeah.
He took a nice charge. And I thought I was fine with the minutes. I was just surprised. Like, I was just surprised that it got to the point. I know he went in the second quarter when Smart went out. And that was kind of like, I think Brad just trying to, plug in the hole for a minute until Smart could stretch out his, whatever it was, calf or ankle. I don't know what exactly what the issue was. But then, he went back to him. So for me personally, I wanted to just see, I want all of those minutes to go to Nesmith, but again, I can't be upset with how Langford played. I was just the guy's been MIA for the last month, so I just didn't expect to see him at all in the playoffs.
I was surprised to see him.
Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah,
this is the bench they have. I mean, on any given night, we're going to be
this
surprised
is the playoffs,
by some
right?
random Celtics player that gets the nod.
It's scary, right? Anytime, and when with Fournier not playing well, anytime.
We should talk about that at some point too, because Bobby only wants to talk about Fournier when he's like the perfect player.
But whatever, we'll take the stinker tonight when we didn't need it. But anytime he and Tatum aren't on the court, I'm terrified.
Again, they were
so like whoever you bring in there. I know we're kind of busting Brad's chops, like shorten the rotation. Like you don't feel awesome when it's. I mean, they had that little stint there when it was. I think it was Nesmith and Pritchard and Semi and whoever. And you're looking, and there was one starter left, and you're like, oh,
the scoring's a worry when you think of this depth too, because
it's a worry. Yeah.
It's good. You could get those defensive rebounding minutes from Langford, but he's not going to give you any scoring. He had a cutting layup, and that was it. And you look up and down the scoring sheet tonight, it's a miracle they scored 118. They played good enough defense where they only needed 101 to win this one, but Thompson was legitimately your third option here. Was Smart laboring or whatever.
And he did
passing,
and he did all the bad things Thompson does, which is every time he caught the ball, he'd bring it down low and he tried to drive a little bit. And you're like, oh,
bad free throw shooting game too.
But energy, and he was good.